Welcome to the December edition of Tile TV. For the mobile version of this episode, please use the link in your Tile TV release email.
Hello and welcome to the December edition of Tile TV, your source for the tile industry's latest news and information. I'm Deborah Brandon.
And I'm Bobby Dodge. Coming up on this edition of Tile TV, we take a special look at the 2011 Tile Person of the Year, James Woelfel. And later on, NTCA Training Director Gerald Sloan is here with this month's installment of Tile Tip.
Last month, James Woelfel of Artcraft Granite, Marble and Tile Company was honored as the 2011 NTCA Tile Person of the Year. Now let's take an inside look at the Arizona-based businessman who is striving to improve tile industry standards.
Running a small business in today's challenging economic climate is no simple feat. But for James Woelfel, challenges are what make work meaningful, even exciting.
We do a lot of technically advanced installations, not only with the installation techniques, but with the products that we're using. They're very advanced. They're high-end products. These aren't your basic $7 bag thin sets. We're using $25 bag thin set. We're using $30 bag grout in order for it to have a certain look that the owner and the contractor want, and they're willing to pay for.
As a third-generation professional tile contractor, James has a legacy to live up to. But over the years, he has earned the respect of colleagues and peers for his own accomplishments. The most recent honor being named Tile Person of the Year by the National Tile Contractors Association.
Tile Person of the Year is a very humbling award. You're being recognized by your peers for leadership, and to me it's like the Heisman Trophy. You're getting recognized for having an outstanding season, even though it's a team sport. I could not have done or gotten to where I am today without the hard teamwork at Artcraft, Granite, Marble, and Tile. Especially my dad, my mom, and my wife. And I couldn't be where I am with the NTCA if it wasn't for the leadership of the NTCA and the active members. We have a bunch of active members and great leadership of the NTCA, and I'm just fortunate enough right now to be recognized for leading on some technical issues in the last couple of years.
Woelfel's work in conceiving and developing a new set of industry standards for the installation of stone tile, which is now part of the Tile Council of North America's handbook, was a significant development in the tile industry. That, along with his tireless advocacy for strengthening industry standards and methods as chairman of the NTCA Technical Committee, earned the Mesa businessman the International Association's honor. Woelfel's father, Butch, was the 1993 recipient of the award, making James the first son of a former Tile Person of the Year winner to receive this industry recognition.
Oh yeah, James has taken on a leadership role in the industry. You can see that as chairman of the technical committee and second vice president, and of course all the inquiries from people all over the country that call him to ask him for questions, and we very much respect his knowledge.
As his father, how does that make you feel?
Well, it makes me feel very proud. At this point in time in his life, he's a lot smarter than I was.
The executive director of the NTCA, Bart Bettiga, says James Woelfel has been one of the most dedicated and active members of the NTCA since James joined the association in 2000. I can't think of anyone more deserving to receive the NTCA award than James. What separates him from many other deserving people is that he is constantly challenging himself and me to come up with solutions to the problems the tile contractor faces in today's world. Woelfel also serves as second vice president of the NTCA. He represents the association on the TCNA Handbook Committee and serves on the ANSI ASC 108 Committee, making Artcraft Granite, Marble and Tile Company the only tile contractor west of the Mississippi to sit on all three committees. In addition to running the daily operations and estimating at Artcraft, Woelfel is a forensic tile consultant for J.G. Woelfel and Associates. He is sought to provide installation inspections, pre-construction specifications, job oversight, forensic investigations, and expert testimony. Congratulations, James Wellfell, NTCA's Tile Person of the Year.
Wow, there's two of them there. Wow.
Here at Tile TV, we are always looking for new ways to help tile contractors provide their clients with the highest quality service possible. Here to help us with this month's edition of Tile Tip is NTCA Training Director Gerald Sloan.
Hello everyone, I'm Gerald Sloan, Training Director for the National Tile Contractors Association. Today's Tile Tip will focus on installing backer board over a wood substrate and understanding the potential problems and how to avoid those problems and the common mistakes made during this application. One of the most common misunderstandings about backer board over wood substrates is a stiffer board stiffens the floor. These backer board products that we work with are not designed to add structural integrity to the substrate. In other words, they're not designed for making it more rigid. Oftentimes people will say, do I use 1/4 inch backer board or 1/2 inch backer board? For floor applications, either is acceptable. 1/2 inch backer board does not add additional rigidity to the floor to make the floor stronger. However, you can choose 1/2 inch backer board to work height restrictions and making tile work flush with other floor coverings. But 1/4 inch backer board is suitable for floor installations. When installing 1/4 inch backer board over wood substrates, remember that wood substrate must be clean and free of any debris. As we mentioned earlier about wood substrates, it is very important to protect this joint between wood panels. This is a 1/8 inch, or should be a 1/8 inch movement joint that allows for wood to expand and contract. This is very important that we do not fill that with setting material. So before trialing in our setting material, we'll actually use simple masking tape to protect that joint between wood panels. Now, the material that we'll actually trial down for the backer board to go underneath the backer board, it varies from one manufacturer to the other on recommendations, whether it be a modified thin set to help bond the board or an unmodified thin set that is not designed to bond to the substrate. The primary reason for setting material underneath the backer board is for removal of air pockets. So there's no actual air pockets between the bottom of the backer board and the top of the substrate. So this is a bedding material primarily. As I begin to install setting materials, as you can see, my intention was to make sure I protected that joint. Now, once I've gotten the setting material distributed out appropriately, I do want to trial my final trialing in one direction. This is to help me to relieve the air from underneath the backer board during installation. So one direction trialing. Backer board installation. Now the next step is to press down, push forward, and pull back. It doesn't take very much of that to burp that air out from underneath the backer board and to make a good seated bedding underneath the backer board so we don't have deflection taking place in the board itself. Now the next step is to apply fasteners, the appropriate fastener for the board. Depends on what type of board you're working with and what is a suitable fastener for that board. Common mistakes made at this point is using drywall fasteners for backer board installations. Drywall fasteners are not designed for backer board, and they can deteriorate due to the high alkalinity of the products we're working with and the type of board that it's designed to be used with. So there are a high rate of failures due to misuse of fasteners, using the inappropriate fastener. Look into the one that the backer board manufacturer recommends and be sure you use that appropriate fastener.
Thank you, Gerald, and thank you for joining us for this edition of Tile TV, keeping you up to date on all of the tile industry's latest developments. I'm Bobby Dodge.
And I'm Deborah Brandon. Make sure to stay tuned after the broadcast for new product and service information. Thank you for watching.
Research, production, and distribution by OMG National and its Tile TV division. For a full-service approach to marketing in a self-service world, call, click, or visit OMG National today.